Alright, so today we're going to be making cinnamon bread in my halfway through renovation kitchen, and we have nothing, so I'm very much improvising with what I have. So first of all, I have my bowl that's going to mix all the dry ingredients. I have my ground cinnamon because obviously we need that for cinnamon bread. This isn't needed, but I like using vanilla extract. We have sugar. It's labeled sugar. Not really well, but it's labeled. All-purpose flour. And then we got our pure vegetable oil. Our butter flavored nonstick for our pan, which we spent 15 minutes looking for. And then we also have our fast rising instant yeast, which I will be cutting with a sanitary box cutter, because again, we're through renovation, so we don't have anything. So improvision is needed. And then we also have our trusted measuring cup, the only size measuring cup that we have out right now, which again is going to be very hard because it's very precise, but very large for the measurements that we need for this recipe. Again, we're going to see how this turns out. Hopefully it turns out good. And I almost forgot, we do not have baking soda. We do not have baking soda. So we are improvising by using a half a lemon, which if you substitute lemon in, it does the same exact process as if you were using baking soda, which is to make the bread rise a little bit more. So we'll see if this makes it work, but if our bread is lower and more dense, then obviously this method didn't work, but we're gonna try. And then also for measurements, we're gonna be using a tablespoon, again, we don't have them with us right now, and a teaspoon. So very much by eyeball measurement. All right, let's continue. Okay, so we need a 1/3 cup of sugar. So we're just gonna go in and add this. Wow, that's a lot of sugar. Got some clumps here. I'm gonna get the clumps out. So we kind of have a third, a little over a third, not really sure if it's a third, but we're gonna pretend it's a third. And we need 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Teaspoon. Wow, that does not. Oh, that's a lot of cinnamon, but
that's 2 teaspoons.
We're just gonna go with that one because that looks like 2. Now we're gonna take our little sidekick small bowl because we thought we needed a bigger bowl, but this is for dry ingredients, so we're gonna mix them together. So make some cinnamon sugar dry mix. Oh, that's a lot of cinnamon. That's a lot, but we're working with what we got. All right, now we need 2 cups of flour. So we're gonna add that in. Whew. I hope that's 2. That seems like a lot of flour, but all right, that's close enough to 2. This measuring cup really is not a great measuring cup. All right. And another whole cup of sugar, which seems like a lot. Wow. All right. Wow. That's a lot. I'm not adding any more. Now we need to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So it's gonna be like that much. All right, and then we're using 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Again, we're just substituting with lemon juice. So, not a lime. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. Hopefully it doesn't get in my eyeballs. Definitely a lot more than I needed, but more is more flavor. Add into the big bowl. So now we're adding our wet ingredients. So this will be a 1 cup of milk. Okay. Oh, salt's blocking it. Now I'm gonna add a 1/3 cup of veggie oil. Wow, that's a lot.
Keep going.
I don't want to add any more. Okay, perfect. And then we need 1 egg beaten. So I'm just gonna crack the egg. Okay. Oh, there's a shell. Good thing I'm not a baker. Ooh, my hands are clean. Just don't need any more crunchiness. Oh, it's gonna take forever. Now the egg is beaten. No chickens were harmed. Well, yeah. Yummy. We're mixing in a measuring cup. Okay, now we slowly add the wet mixture into our dry mixture. And what I also forgot to mention earlier, I also added some fast rising yeast, and I added that into here. All right, we're gonna, slowly mix, not fast. Oops. I'm gonna mix this for a little bit, and then as he's mixing, I'm going to add some vanilla extract. This is not needed. Extract, sorry. This is not needed, but I think it adds more flavor. So we're gonna add that into the mixture, and then as he's also doing that, I'm gonna get my pan prepped. So I just wanna shake this, and then you want to coat the pan. That's a lot, but at least we know it won't be sticking. On all sides. Okay, now we have to layer the wet and dry ingredients. So first we're gonna do our wet ingredients with a layer, then we're gonna go back in with our dry ingredients, which is like the sugar and cinnamon powder, and then layer it again, so then we can go in through with a knife and make that marbling design. So I'm gonna add my first layer. Wow, that's a lot of... All right. We just want to cut that off. Oh, I think I added too much oil. So I'm gonna go in. Just a little too much. Never said I was a baker. Good thing I'm not going to college for baking. Alright, I'm going to add some of the dry ingredients, which I feel like I shouldn't do it this way, but we're going to anyway. Alright, now I'm adding my other half, which is going to take a very long time. Okay. I'll save that for another layer. So you guys get the gist, so I'm not going to videotape the other parts. Alright, so we completed the layering, and we definitely have a lot left over, so something in the process went wrong. I'm sure we'll figure it out later when we're tasting this. So I'm going to go with my clean knife, and I'm going to go back for a little... Gonna do it again. I'm just doing it again. It's gonna be beautiful. Okay. Alright. Let's hope this works. Now I'm gonna go put it in my oven that I preheated to 350 degrees. And we're gonna let it cook for a ½ hour. Alright. We don't have an oven mitt, so alright. It was cooked for roughly 45 minutes. That's what it came out looking like. I'm gonna let it sit for 10 minutes and then we'll try it. Alright, so I made 2 plates. So we have our vanilla and chocolate ice cream. We're making dessert out of it. We got our Cool Whip. And then we got what we made. So let's see. So what I found out is that I did not allow it to rise, so it might be a little dense. Okay. Oh my. That doesn't even look cooked all the way. But it does have the layering. You see that? Kinda. Might have to put that back in.
Huh?
Or maybe it's just too dense. Alright, my first taste tester. Mimi. Mimi. Right. Here, Mimi. No, Millie. Millie, right here. Right here. See if she likes it.
Ew!
Here you go. Billy, ready? Oh? Is it Millie approved?
Ouch!
Oh, it's probably too hot. Wait, hold on. Wait, pause. Alright, so now we're gonna see if it's Millie approved. Sit. Too big of a piece? There you go. Oh? There you go. That one's too hot. I know that. It's too hot for you. Okay, yeah.